Hi, everyone. Welcome to How Do You Meditate? I am your host, Tyler Gravely, meditation teacher and wellness consultant. I am so grateful that you are here. This podcast is all for you, and it's about making meditation accessible and understanding what the journey can be like to travel inward. I believe that when we are seeking some form of meditation, we are seeking a lifestyle change that builds our strength mentally and physically, something that helps us find acceptance and unlocks the possibilities that are waiting for us. Meditation really is this beautiful opportunity to heal and transform the outcome of your future. You can expect to hear stories on how others find wellness in meditation and how they incorporate it into their everyday life. I promise that you're going to hear something in each episode that helps spark the light in you to shift and take control over your own mind. You might laugh, you might cry, and you are going to transform the space within so that you can answer the question when asked, how do you meditate? Let's dive in. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of How Do You Meditate? It's Tyler, and I am so grateful that you are all here and that you're listening, and we're just going to get right into it today. So this week, each and every week, I kind of feel the energy and I go, okay, what universe do you want me to talk about this week? And I wait for an answer. I interview people. I sit with it. I kind of feel it out. It's this whole process of like, what is it? What is it? What is it? And it's funny because it is Saturday morning. This episode comes out Monday. And I still was like, I don't know. And I'm on the verge of not even having the ability to like release an episode this week. And I was like, had that moment of just honoring myself and for what I've been up to and how this week has played out and trying to give myself that permission to relax. I talked to a friend this week who has her own thing going. Her name's Jenna Jake. And she's like, Tyler, it's not about getting another episode out on Monday. It's about, is your soul evolving? And whatever you're doing, are you growing? And that's all that you need to do to worry about. I was like, you're so right, Jenna. And that's like a part of me that's like, oh gosh, I'm going to let so many people down. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, all of a sudden this hour popped up and I'm like, I have time. And here we are. And what I was reading this morning and what I want to talk about today is respect. And it's something that I think for me, after my divorce in 2012, I like dreamed up this dream relationship when I was working for a company who's really big on vision and goals. And when I was doing my vision, I was like, I want a partner who I have a deep amount of respect for, like so much respect, because I think communication and respect kind of go hand in hand. And if you don't respect the person that you're with, then you're treating them like a big, hairy old woman. And it's like interesting because you start kind of, back and forth expectations and whatnot. You know the drill. You get it. So the definition of respect is a feeling of deep admiration for someone or something elicited by their abilities, qualities, or achievements. There's also, that's the noun version, a feeling of deep admiration for someone or something elicited by their abilities, qualities, or achievements. And as a verb, admire someone or something deeply as a result of their abilities, qualities, or achievements. Admire someone or something deeply as a result of their abilities, qualities, or achievements. And as I went through this week, I felt as if the one thing I was lacking for my own self and my own life and my own worth is this deep amount of respect. Deeper amount of respect for my capabilities and what it is that I bring to the world. And one of the things I've been working on is creating these personalized meditations for people. And I just kind of came to the realization late last night that that's my gift. I have the gift of literally sitting in someone else's body. Like, I know how to do that. And spirit comes to me and we like talk about it and we like meditate on it. I talk to them. We do like an oracle card reading. And then I have this meditation that's built just for them and their needs. It's like medicine. And I'm looking back at journals and I just talked about like, oh my gosh, in the future, I wanted to have a partner that I completely respected. And I also had this vision of actually building personalized meditations for people. You guys, it's taking me nearly over a year to figure that out. And when I sit around and I'm talking to all my friends and I'm trying to figure out, okay, what do I talk about? What is on everyone's heart? The planets right now in the world are absolutely, I don't know. I'm not an astrologist. I love astrology, but every single person I know is going through some sort of transformation. Whether it's something's come up within their partnership. Another friend of mine had a baby. It's like big, heavy situations and conversations. These are not light topics by any means. Everyone I know is like practically in therapy and figuring it out. And divorce literally is on the table. And it's something that I'm so passionate about, right? Working it out with somebody, figuring it out, like, because I posted something on my Instagram the other day, without integrity, nothing works. Without integrity, nothing works. So when we're out of alignment with what we say and who we are, even those smallest little lies, like, the lies we tell people like, oh, I'm busy. We just want to sit on the couch and like watch Netflix. Or, oh God, what's another one? Oh, I can't because I have something to do when we have nothing to do. I love the fact that like when you clean stuff up with people, what does that look like? It's anything that you feel in your body where you weren't being honest, right? Where you feel like, man, I don't know why I got out of touch with that person. Or when you are possibly in the throes of divorce, or you're breaking up with somebody, or you did break up with somebody. It's so important to still respect the other person and not make them wrong, even as much as you are so upset. And I get it. 100%. I understand the anger piece of this, and that's part of the grief and the whole entire process of it. But what could be possible for you in this moment if you weren't holding on to anything? If that wasn't living in your body? If you were aware of the things that you said or did, or, it starts so young, right? We're manipulating our parents from the time we can manipulate them. Like, what do we have to do in order to get what we want? What am I going to do? How does she work? How does my mom work? How does my dad work? And then from the time that we're little, we're constantly pushing our limits. Like, we want boundaries. We want to know what it is that it's going to take. And then even now, up until this point, there's manipulation happening as adults. It's like, okay, what do I got to do to get this guy to call me? What do I got to do to get this girl to call me? What do I got to do to get that other person to act the way that I want them to act? Rather than respecting our own needs and what do I need to do to take care of myself? It's something I've seen across the board with people, and it is like, I do it too. It's like, oh, totally trying to manipulate you right now. Like, and owning it. Like totally coming into that. And manipulation, I think, sounds ugly. It's like kind of like a not the very like most beautiful word. It's not seductive by any means. And how can we come into this place? And that is one way to gain respect for yourself, is cleaning up the mess. Like, hey, I just want you to know this whole time I've made you wrong. Or hey, like, I don't know why we got out of touch. Like my insecurity came up for me and I like completely fell off the wagon. Or why can't we just tell people like, hey, I want to go home and watch Netflix. I hung out with a group of people I work with, and they're a lot younger than me. And I was just so proud and honored to know them, because in the beginning of the conversation, it was like, yeah, man, let's hang out after this. We eat our brunch. And then the one guy's like, man, I really think I need a nap. And he's like, I knew you were going to need a nap. It's cool. Like, let's hang out later. Like there wasn't any, I guess when I was growing up, it was like, no, don't be, a loser. Like, come hang out. Like, stop it. Push through it. Quit doing that. And it was like such a beautiful moment to be a witness of like, oh yeah, man, go. That's cool. Go take care of yourself. Is this younger generation bringing this whole new idea of respect up and bringing it out? I don't know. But it was such a nice moment to be a witness to, of the honesty that was prevalent in that moment. So, what else can I say about respect? There's another book I'm reading, and it says, and this is from Marcus Aurelius. It's a book called Meditations. And it says, remember how long you have been putting this off. How many times you have been given a period of grace by the gods and not used it. It is high time now for you to understand the universe of which you are a part, and the governor of that universe of whom you constitute an emanation, and that there is a limit circumscribed to your time. If you do not use it to clear away your clouds, it will be gone, and you will be gone, and the opportunity will not return. Self-harm, my soul, you are doing self-harm, and you will have no more opportunity for self-respect. Life for each of us is a mere moment, and this life of yours is nearly over, while you still show yourself no honor, but let your own welfare depend on other people's souls. I don't know about you, but when I hear that, it really sticks like a thing in my tummy. It said, self-harm, my soul, you are doing self-harm, and you will have no more opportunity for self-respect. Life for each of us is a mere moment, and this life of yours is nearly over, while you still show yourself no honor, but let your own welfare depend on other people's souls. I guess what I want to end with is like when we are in that place of learning how to respect ourselves, learning what it's like to know our own boundaries and what our own needs are. It's so important that we start depending on ourselves and trusting ourselves to believe and to trust that our own intuition is going to guide us into the right place, and that we're not here to depend on anybody else's soul to do the work for us, that we are here to do the work for ourselves. Lately, I've been having this crazy amount of intuition, completely like psychic level. And I have a lot of psychic friends, which is interesting. And as I was talking to one, as I had lunch with her the other day, she said, you're getting all these and you're clearing everything out. And as you clear stuff out, you start to get more in tune. You start to get touched more deeply into what you're here to do. And she's like, you're just cleaning out all the toxic energy. And let me tell you a story. So a couple of weeks ago, I had a dream that my ex was seeing someone else. And as I share this with you, I share it out of a place of love. I had everything down to the T. I'm not kidding you. I didn't sleep for like a week because every night I was getting more and more feelings. And the universe was like just being very specific with me. Details. And when spirit speaks to you, when you get these downloads, it speaks to you in feelings. It speaks to you in, it's not like logical, like our human brain tries to make so much sense of it. It's not like that. It's more of like colors and like, what does that color bring for you? And like feelings and like, what does that mean to you? It's like all very almost personalized in a way. And so you're trying to interpret what they're saying and you're like, I don't know. I don't understand what that means. It doesn't mean, it's not very clear to me, but I'm telling you, for this whole week, it was clear as day to me, right? So he called and I shared from my heart. And also I was very angry. I'm still in that place of anger and I'm working through that. And I'm like, I know you're seeing X, Y, and Z. I just go into the details of my dream. I just trusted myself and my intuition. Not only did I get confirmation that I was on track, it was also like, hey, how do you know this? Are you driving by my house? And I'm like, I am not driving by your house. I promise you that. I'm getting these ridiculous amount of downloads. And I think as a kid, we start off with these gifts, right? And as I spent some time talking to my dad this week, I said, Dad, he loves to talk about UFOs and I get so much of my like X-Files, Unsolved Mysteries, diving into the unknown. What is the unknown from him? And I'm talking to him this week. He told me he listens to the show. Hi, Dad. And he confirmed something else. So when I was little, I said, Dad, do you remember that time when I was little? And I said, we're living at this house in a small town called Sweetwater, Texas. Very, very small. And I said, I remember seeing a man and his dog in the backyard. And I said, but it was so different for me. I'd never seen anything like that. They were like shaped almost like in this blue light. It was like I was just staring at this dog forever and ever and ever. And I didn't understand what I was seeing. And then this man came up and he grabbed his dog and I went and got my mom. And I remember going to get her and I remember her look on her face. And I was like, Mom, there's a man and a dog, as a little kid, maybe about 3 years old would say, like, there's a man and a dog in the backyard. And I'm pointing to this place. And her face showed me fear. And then when that moment, I got scared because I'm like, why is she scared? My mom's scared. And she's like, you don't see anything. There's nothing there, as moms would do. And my dad confirmed this week. He says, oh, yeah. Yeah, we bought that house and we got it from an old man that passed away and him and his dog. What? Do you have chills right now? Oh, my God. I was like, wow. So I could talk to you all day about this like spiritual and getting in touch with the other side. But one of the ways and the whole reason we're doing this episode is respect. Having a deep admiration for yourself. Coming into terms with the honest, even those small little lies we tell ourselves like, oh, doesn't matter that the dishes in the sink have been there for a week or, I'll do the laundry later and you don't do it. Every little thing matters. So when you start getting really into integrity that you need that for everything to work, then all of a sudden, I'm telling you, this respect for yourself, these doors start opening and it's insane. The amount of possibility that could come into your life from experiencing what a lot of people in this field call downloads. downloads from the universe on what's next. Where do you need to go? And understanding the lessons that are happening for you, not to you. Understanding, how you got into relationship with somebody. Why did it not work out? Could it work out? What needs to happen in order for there to be a possibility of communication? And, what if your relationship left a legacy on the world? That your partnership created something that people went, I can't believe you did that. And it spoke about forgiveness and respect and possibility and people in the relationship doing the work and you having to do the work on yourself because you can't fix someone else. Imagine how many times someone's told you something and you're like, nope, not happening. Yeah. Okay, thanks, bye. You're like, you can't get away from them fast enough. So I just want to consider and plant the seed that by listening to this show, our brain's already tickling something, and start writing down your dreams. Start calling people where you can make calls. Like in AA, step 4 is make amends where amends can be made. Who do you need to call to say I'm sorry to? What needs to happen for you? And just imagine this for a moment, getting into your body. That point in your life when somebody calls you and they're like, hey man, I really screwed up. Do you think you could ever forgive me? And you've been waiting on that call. And your shoulders drop. And you're so relieved and you're laughing with that person at the end of the call. It's so incredibly inspiring. And it would provide so much healing, not only for you, but when you start to heal yourself, you heal other people around you. It's just this beautiful ripple effect. So that's a little of my conversation about respect, integrity, how to get touched from the universe with your downloads, because you can hear it, you can see it. It will show up for you. If you have any questions at all and you want to know more about getting in touch with your intuition or whatnot, I'm happy to help. I'm currently doing some card readings, which is so fun for me. Not the traditional tarot cards. It's more oracle readings. And I'd love to set up some time with you and help you get in alignment with what's needed for you in order to build some new self-respect for yourself. The possibility that you can get even more in alignment with your divine desires. Okay, that's my conversation today about respect. And I so thank you for showing up for it and for being here and being able to have this conversation and to hear me out. And I know that your soul right now is just shining so bright that you were able to listen in and think about all the ways in which you might be able to make some phone calls today and gain some more respect for yourself. All right. I will see you next week and we'll talk soon. Thanks so much. Bye, guys.